So we're working on the 2015 VW Golf GTI. The very first step that you want to do is go ahead and remove the side panel here, and then you remove the screw off of here, and that's it for first step there. So the next step you want to do is go ahead and remove the screws. There's going to be 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. They're T20 screws. Go ahead and remove those. Then afterwards there should be one right there and another one right over here. So a total of 5 screws underneath. And that's it for that second step.
Keys.
Third step you want to do is go ahead and detach this from there. There's a way that you do have to do it. As you see right here, there's like a 2 opposite way looking clips. So this is what's going to hold on to this, and this you have to, you can see it goes tucked into there, if that makes sense, or latches on to that plastic piece. You have those tucked in apart, or detached I mean. Go ahead and remove your radio unit. You're going to need these style VW key radio unit removers. So let me go ahead and put it in the right way here. This one goes to the right, this one goes to the left. Give me a second here. Okay, that's it for that. Go ahead and remove the large knuckle connector. Next up, let us remove the pink LVDS connector here. So go ahead and remove that. That's off. And that's it for that step. So next, go ahead and drop your glove compartment. The side here might give you a couple of some trouble, so you have to kind of lift up here. Remember, from this side you kind of want to pull back. When you look at right here what I'm talking about, you'll see what I'm here. Let me show you. So this right here is going to prohibit you from doing anything. This one looks like it was broken already. I'm not sure if it's like that or not, but this is what's going to hold on to it. All you have to do is just pull back like that and it'll come down. So go ahead and grab your main connector or your knuckle connector from the kit that you'll receive. Go ahead and open up that lever right there. Now that you have that open, look at your terminals, make sure it goes in the right way. You don't want to put it in the wrong way. You don't want to bend any terminals. Go ahead and place that in there. Make sure it's in there flat, nice and even. And close it down. Next time you want to start fishing everything else through this hole right here of the glove compartment, because everything's going to go on top. This one I did fish as well on top. Typically it goes inside this hole into this box here. So just to save time, I went ahead and did it already. Go ahead and connect your 2 connectors together. Make sure they're going in the right way. Open up your connector all the way. Make sure you don't bend nothing. Push down on it. Make sure you do this right, because you might break something. There you go, it closed down. That's it for that. Go ahead and fish your pink LVDS cable, the OEM one from the car. Go ahead and bring it up out of the hole so it can sit on top of the glove compartment and connect that. Go ahead and fish the L side of the LVDS cable into the hole. This one's going to go back to the radio unit. The Y section is the one that you leave alone for right now. So go ahead and bring that through the back. Look for the pink connection in the back of the radio unit. go ahead and connect it, and that's it for that. So next thing you want to do, go ahead and grab your USB cable. There's a ground wire that's coming from it. These ground wires do not go to the chassis of the car. It actually goes to another ground wire that's coming from the main T harness connector or harness. As you can see here, there's a black wire coming through it, and you put both of them together. You splice them together. Okay, so in order for you to have Siri work, you have to connect these two connectors that you can see here coming from the main harness harness. Do connect these two, and right before you start putting everything back into place, make sure you test out Siri. If Siri does not work, then go ahead and disconnect those two those two connectors with the blue wires from the main harness connector, and go ahead and grab your harness, the other harness that you will find in your kit, which is for the microphone. So what you do with that one, go ahead and connect it to those connectors where the blue wire connectors are at from the harness. Connect this harness to it. Go ahead and connect your microphone that comes in the kit with it, and that should have Siri work for you. So go ahead and attempt that. If the first option doesn't work, try this second option. This should have Siri work for you from there on. So since you have, at this point, you have the glove compartment open and everything, as you can see here, you can start from the back there and bring down the USB cable by sliding it through that hole over there and bringing it back through there. You can go ahead and put it through here. You can put it through there if you want to, through here. It all depends on what you like. If you need to, you can put the USB through the glove compartment, but you will have to make a hole. So this comes down to what you prefer. So yeah, just giving you an idea. You can either through here or through here, depending on what your liking is. For the Wi-Fi antenna, go ahead and try to bring it as close as you can to yourself. There's spots right here where you can put it. The only thing that I do recommend is for you not to put it on anything that's heavy plastic or any kind of metal, because you will obstruct the signal. For me, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put the antenna right up here. That's where I'm putting mine. Now, for the dip switch settings, you have to adjust it according to where your car is. You will get a QR code, and you should go ahead and scan that QR code that comes in the kit. Once you scan the QR code, the manual will tell you what you need to do. So before anything, the power can cable, this one right here, anytime you're gonna make an adjustment to your dip switch settings, you do have to remove this off first and then make an adjustment. Plug the power back in and then check if it works. If it does not work, go ahead and pull the power cable off. Check your dip switch settings again. Change it and then put the power cable back on, and that should repeat the process if you have to and whatnot. So let's go ahead and start connecting everything else. Leave this one for last. Your power can cable. Let's go ahead and put the LVDS cable on. Let's go ahead and put the antenna on. Sorry about that. Go ahead and connect that. Go ahead and grab your USB connector from the end. Remember, we're going to tuck this in there later on. And 1, 2, 3. And for last, go ahead and grab your power cable, can connector. Make sure that's in there. Do a nice little pull test if you have to. Don't get too crazy with it. Just do a nice little pull test. Go ahead. So now that everything is put together, go ahead and clean up your cables and whatnot. As you can see, they're all over the place. Make it look nice. Put your module in there. Push it all the way back. Make sure it doesn't fall inside the hole, which I highly doubt it. And put it up there and bolt everything back on, and you should be good to go. So after everything has been installed, you can see the glove compartment is back up and everything. Go ahead and grab your AMI connector. The reason why we need this is because whenever you put the CarPlay on the audio mode, it will not allow you to do it unless the system detects something that's connected to this AMI port, So you should get this AMI connector into the kit. So once you have it in there, you just leave that by itself, and you should be able to select the aux mode on the media source of your car. And that's it for that.
Now that CarPlay is installed, let's go over a few things just to make sure everything's working properly. I'm going to test today first with an Apple iPhone, so I'll be testing with CarPlay. Let's first connect with our cables first. We have the dedicated USB cable right here. You can mount it anywhere really around here or in the glove box compartments, up to you where you have it located. We'll connect it to our Apple phone right here. And as soon as you connect, you'll notice that the phone does charge and the Apple CarPlay screen will automatically take over on the screen. So let's go ahead and unlock this phone real quick. This is going to ask us 2 questions. First one is a privacy question. Up to you how you answer that. Second question is whether we want to allow for wireless CarPlay or USB only. Up to you how you want to use it. Wireless is good. We as a manufacturer always recommend a wired CarPlay connection, but let's test today with wireless. If we do wireless, make sure you leave your phone connected for about 3 to 4 minutes. But during the test today, that will give it enough time so it can finish the wireless setup. Also, let your customers know if they do the wireless connection. Make sure that the primary driver is set up for wireless, and all other drivers should do wired CarPlay. That way the phones aren't fighting each other for a wireless connection. It's just easier that way. CarPlay now shows up on the screen. Make sure you can use the touchscreen to control it. You can also use the controller knob right here to navigate through the screen and to make selections on the screen. Push down on it to make a selection. To switch back and forth, press and hold menu. Pressing here 3 seconds and it will switch back to OEM. Press and hold again, switch back into CarPlay mode. Let's have audio play through the car speakers. Let's double check it first here. We'll go to media, source, and make sure aux is selected. And also make sure that your AMI adapter cable is connected down here to the AMI port. And the other end, again, like we said, doesn't need to connect to anything at all. It's just for detection purposes. We're now in aux mode, so let's go ahead and switch over to CarPlay mode again. Let's go ahead and test some music. You can control volume through here. You can control volume through here. You can change tracks here, here, or navigate here. Up to you how you want to do that. You can also change tracks here as well. So it just depends on your guys' preference on how to change tracks. Let's demonstrate the reverse camera. It's a reverse camera, put it back into park, goes back to CarPlay screen on its own. For Siri, test Siri, make sure Siri does work. Press and hold this button right here. Hey Siri, take me to the nearest gas station.
One possibility I see is Costco gasoline on Park Evan Tustin, about 1.5 miles to your south.
So Siri is working. If it didn't work, we would have to connect the microphone in and out cable and connect that cable to the factory microphone in the car, and also adjust the settings. But in this case, it does work, so we don't have to mess with that. Let's make a test phone call. Make sure that your phone is connected to the original Bluetooth, the factory Bluetooth. After doing that, then you're able to go ahead and make outbound calls. Press and hold. Hey Siri, call 714-258-0400.
Calling +1.
Reason why we do that is because all phone calls must go through the original Bluetooth in order for there to be no audio issues. Check here, you'll notice that it is going through the original Bluetooth. That's automatic. You don't have to check this, but just demonstrating. And I'm just going to pick up. So that's to make outbound calls. To receive calls, users will have to press on this button right here to force it through the original Bluetooth as well. I'll quickly demonstrate. So I have a call coming in. Let me mute it, and then I'll answer. And now we have the call coming in, and you can see here it's still going through the original Bluetooth. That's how we want it. We've tested long enough. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Check out the wireless connection. As soon as you disconnect, it will go back to the original screen, and then give it a few moments and it will reconnect on its own wirelessly. There we go. Sorry, one more thing to adjust in the settings here. Go to exit, go to setup, scroll down, and we'll see using cars BT. Make sure this setting is in the on position, and that would be really the only setting to check for. You can mess around with some of the volume levels here for certain functions. I would not mess around with EQ. It does distort the sound quality, so I wouldn't change anything in here. And then to go back into the CarPlay screen, I think I just press here. Just press on that CarPlay icon. Everything's set, pretty much ready to go. At this point, just go ahead and reset all wireless connections. Go to CarPlay, BT reset, yes, and then go to your phone. Go to your settings, general, CarPlay, GP link, and forget this car. Cool, so now your phone's forgotten about the CarPlay's forgotten about all phones connected to it. Go into menu, and also make sure that you delete your phone from the factory Bluetooth as well. I think you do it through here. It's somewhere in here, I'm not sure how to delete it. There you go. Oh, since I'm here, you'll notice that my phone has audio off. Make sure that the Bluetooth is turned off for audio, but on for phone calls. This way, it does avoid the issue of some songs playing through the Bluetooth audio, and then you wouldn't have any audio in CarPlay mode. So just make sure that you have that setting turned off for music, but Bluetooth is allowed for phone calls.